Thunkable app making tutorial for beginners. Welcome to this complete beginner's tutorial on how to create your first app using Thunkable. Now, if you've ever dreamed of building your own mobile application, whether for a business, a side project, a portfolio, or just for fun, but you don't know how to code, then Thunkable is the perfect place to start. In this step by step guide, I'm going to walk you through everything from signing up to actually building. Okay, and not just building, designing, previewing, and publishing your very first app. And you can do that all without a single line of code. So let's begin with what Thunkable is and why it's become one of the most popular platforms for non-coders and beginners in app development. So Thunkable is a drag and drop no-code platform that lets you build cross-platform engagements, okay? And it's cross-platforms for both Android and iOS simultaneously. It gives you all the tools you need from design elements and data handling to real-time testing and publishing inside one visual interface. And it's all cloud based, so you can start building right in your browser. So to get started, come to thunkable.com and you're going to sign up for a free account. So you're going to click on try for free and it's going to bring you here to the whole sign up. Now you can sign up with your Apple, Google, or even your own email. I'm going to simply go ahead and sign up with my Gmail because it's much more simpler and much more direct. So we're going to click on continue and it's going to take us straight into the generation section. So it says, how do you plan to use Thunkable? Okay, it's going to bring you to this section. So we could either do for work, for teaching, or for personal use. So let's say I want to go for personal use. Which best describes your role? You could be a professional, designer, developer, entrepreneur, enthusiast. So let's say I'm going to be entrepreneur. And here it says, what is your experience? You can go with no experience. That's not an issue. And how technical are you? Let's say somewhat technical. And now once you're here, you're going to come straight over to this section. Now over here, what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and create a new project. And in a new project, you're going to name it anything like my first app. Okay. Now you're going to select the category. Let's say it's going to be let's go with something like a health and fitness app. Okay. That seems cool. Now, once you do that, is it private or is it public? So I'm going to go with public, and obviously we're going to use the drag and drop builder, and we're going to simply click on create, and it's going to bring us to this blank canvas. So once you are here in this blank canvas, what you're going to do here is you're going to start either with a template or you can start just straight away. So this is where you control what your app looks like. It's similar to designing a slide in PowerPoint or a web page in Canva. On the left, you will see a palette of user interface components like buttons, labels, images, assets, data, etc. Okay. In the center is the phone screen mockup. This is your app's canvas. And on the right are going to be the properties for whatever component you select. So let's start by building a pretty simple interface. So drag a label onto the screen and change its text. Okay. So over here, let's drop a label. And once the label is in, let's keep it centralized and call it something pretty straightforward. Okay. So here, let's go ahead and add in something like welcome. Okay. And once we do that, you can change the font. So I'm going to go with April Fat Face. Let's keep it centralized. Okay. And to keep it centralized, that's pretty easy as well. You can text align it. Let's bring it to the center. There we go. Once it's in over here, what you can do is you can start expanding the text accordingly for yourself. There we go. So now we're at welcome. Now you can choose the background colors for your text as well. I'm going to keep it on a no background. And what you can do is you can change the text color in itself as well. So let's say I'm going to go with let's go with a pretty dark shade of yellow. Okay. So I'm going to go with that. That's pretty cool. Now, once this is in, we have a pretty mustard color saying welcome. Now, next, drag in a button. Okay. So we have a button over here and we're going to name it click me. So I'm going to centralize it. There we go. And let's call it click me. So once that is done, what you can do is you can choose a certain font for yourself. So let's say I'm going to go with the Merriweather font. Now, once this is in, you can also choose the text color if you want to change it. You can also change the button color if you want to. So let's say I want to go with a yellow again. So once we're at a yellow from here, you're going to come here and we're going to change the text colors for ourselves. So there we go. Now we have click me right here. You can also change the font size in the actual text section. Now, once we have added our very own button, from here, what you can do is add any text input field and then label another display with a custom greeting. Now, we'll move on to the blocks tab, okay? So, what are the blocks, okay? Now, basically, to, group things together or if you want to add certain data assets to it, what you can do is you can add a proper data source. Now, a data source could be taken off of Google Sheets, or you can even add your own table. Now, this is where you get data. So let's say in my case, if I'm creating a health and fitness app, I could have a whole data source of that health and fitness app in this section over here. So, according to my app data source, what you can do is you can simply have this over here. And once we have that, you can go over to assets, add in your general assets for that file. And the best part is that you can even use AI to go ahead and generate different things for you. So if you're designing and you want to work with AI, that's also doable, which is pretty cool. Now, from here on out, what you can do is you can also add different grid views, different text inputs, and even certain layouts for yourself. So over here, what you're going to do is we're going to add this layout. And once we add this layout in specific layouts, you can add specific texts and you can make them scrollable as well. And the best part is when you're editing all of this, you can also go ahead and view it in real time. So if you want to live test it, you can see right over here, it's all live testable. So I'm going to turn that off. We're going to come here on the click me button. And I just remembered that I didn't add any blocks into it. So when the button is clicked, what should it do? So to do that, what you're going to do is you're going to add a variable or a function. So let's say when it is clicked, a sound is made. Okay, so let's go with that. So this is going to be played. And what you can do is you can pretty much add a sound for yourself. Now it could be any small sound. It could be any, little ting or maybe a whole song if you want to. That depends on you. So once all of this is done, what you're going to do is you're going to basically save this. And once your blocks are saved, what you can do is you can pretty much back down into design. So that's what block is for. Okay, block is for your automation. And as you go on, you can add in more assets. And again, if it's done, you're going to go into live preview where you click on it. And as you can see, it starts playing that sound. Pretty cool, right? So that is how you can go ahead and create your very own app on Thunkable. And once it's done, simply export it out for the people to see. And that is pretty much how you're going to be creating an app on Thunkable in the easiest way. So thank you for watching this video all the way till the end, and I'll see all of you next time. Have a great day. Goodbye.